Imagine you're sitting in a quiet diner, the kind with neon lights flickering outside, and the hum of conversations mixing with the clink of coffee cups. Everything feels ordinary, until cruelty suddenly cuts through the calm. A disabled girl, just trying to enjoy her meal, becomes the target of laughter, insults, and then a slap that makes everyone freeze. No one moves, no one speaks up. But what no one in that diner knows is that within the hour, a group of strangers will walk in. Strangers who will change everything. This isn't just a story of bullies and victims, but of courage, of kindness, and of the unexpected heroes who remind us that sometimes the loudest strength comes wrapped in leather jackets and roaring engines. Emily had always loved that diner. For her, it wasn't just a place to eat. It was where she felt normal, where Martha, the owner, always greeted her like family. Born with cerebral palsy, Emily learned to live with stares, whispers, and the ache of being different. But inside the diner's warm walls, she felt like she belonged. That night, though, belonging was replaced with humiliation. 3 teenage boys, known troublemakers around town, spotted her sitting alone at a booth. They circled her like sharks, taunting her shaky movements, mimicking her speech, until one of them shoved her cup and slapped her arm. The glass shattered on the floor. The laughter cut into her like knives. The other diners froze. Some looked down at their plates, others whispered uneasily, but no one stood up. Martha tried, her voice trembling as she told the boys to leave, but they shoved her hand aside, sneering at her age. Emily sat there, face burning, tears threatening to spill. She whispered to herself not to cry, not to give them what they wanted. But inside, she felt small, invisible, powerless. That hour crawled by slowly. Emily stayed silent, gripping her crutch as if it was the only thing tethering her to the ground. Martha hovered protectively, but even she knew the boys might come back. And then, the sound of engines outside broke the uneasy silence. The door swung open, and in walked 6 bikers, their boots heavy on the floor, leather vests covered in patches. The air shifted instantly. The boys tried to act casual, but the bikers' sharp eyes noticed Emily's swollen cheek, the broken glass, the tension hanging over the diner like smoke. The tallest biker crouched beside Emily, his gruff voice soft as he asked, "Who did this?" Emily didn't speak, but Martha pointed. The bullies shrank in their seats, and within moments, the bikers had made it clear, without raising fists, that their cruelty would not be tolerated. The boys scrambled out the door, their laughter replaced by silence. But what came next was more important. The bikers didn't just scare away the bullies. They pulled up chairs at Emily's booth, ordered food, and began to talk to her as though she was one of them. They asked about her life, her dreams, and before long, Emily found herself laughing with them. The heaviness that had crushed her chest lifted. For the first time that night, she felt strong, not because she was protected, but because she belonged. Over the weeks that followed, the bikers returned again and again. They showed her that strength wasn't about walking without stumbling, but about standing tall despite the world's cruelty. They invited her to sit on their motorcycles, taught her how to wear their patches with pride, and reminded her she was more than the way others saw her. In turn, Emily gave them something they hadn't expected: her light, her resilience, her quiet courage. She reminded them why they rode together in the first place, not just for the road, but for family, for community, for protecting those who couldn't protect themselves. And so, if you've stayed with this story until now, let me turn to you. Imagine yourself back in that diner. Would you have looked away, like so many did, or would you have spoken up? Heroes don't always ride motorcycles. Sometimes they're just people who choose kindness when it's hardest. Emily's story is not only about what bikers did that night. It's about the power each of us has to stand against cruelty. So when life gives you the chance, don't stay silent. Be the voice, the hand, the heart that someone like Emily needs. Because in a world that too often chooses indifference, compassion is the loudest roar of all.